Well, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Data Sim live stream. Today it's the 13th of November 2024, 3 minutes past 5 in the evening. We're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator, back in the iFly 737 MAX. It's been over a month since we last flew it. It's now been out on early release or early access, I believe. They've got V1 coming out very soon. I was hoping it would be out in time for today's stream, but I thought, no, let's just fly the current version, the V0.2.5, one more time. And I think V1's going to have a whole host of bug fixes. But we've not taken the aircraft on a busy VATSIM event, so today we are in Croatia from Split. We'll be flying to the capital of Bulgaria, Sofia. Lima Bravo Sierra Foxtrot. Flight time around 55 minutes, and in about an hour's time their event starts. So by the time we get airborne, they'll be just about to start their event, which is very exciting. I was going to do a flight in the 727, the FSS, with their new oil spill recovery livery, but I was only having issues with that aircraft and add-on, and I thought, well, let's just jump back into the 737. So we'll have some fun today, and I'll try and answer as many questions about the MAX as possible. First ever time you're going to see in Alpaca Airways colours as well, so thanks to Bounce, one of the Alpaca Airways livery painters as well. Orbeck scenery here, quite an outdated one, but it's all looking very nice and realistic as well. We've got some other aircraft here. I think, is that a MAX from Smart Wings? I'm not so sure. No, I think that's just an NG. Oh no, it is a MAX, so they've got a MAX joining us there. Here we are. What do you reckon? The Alpaca Airways liveried MAX, looking very, very nice with its Leap 1B gigantic engines. Lovely, lovely. We've also got KLM here as well, Wizz Air bus, and Czech Airlines as well, which have just gone defunct, I believe. They had their last flight quite recently. But here we are. Here is the beautiful 737 MAX in Alpaca Airways colours. Look at that. Very, very good indeed. Who have we got here in chat? Kieran, 57 months as a member, our residential trade driver. Hope you're doing well. Almost 5 years as a member. Thank you very much for your support for that entire period of time. Very kind of you. Hope you're doing very well. We've got Bounce Air livery with help from Domino Mosina. Yes, I've heard there's some new additions. I've already noticed the Alpaca Airways manual in the cockpit. If there's any other things I need to be made aware of, let me know during the stream. Edo, I was there as well, but my X-plane crashed. You need to have a look into getting that issue rectified. You have a lot of crashes in X-plane. I'm sorry to hear that. I think I did see the MD-80 there, so if you get a chance to spawn back, I'd love for you to join, buddy. Foj's here, Tim Waters, hope you've been keeping well. Gary Field, Rory Heap, good afternoon to you as well, sir. Matthew Newey, Jay is here, VV Brian Parker, Steph, Philip Reed, hello, hope you're doing well, guys. Spitfire RF 100, Aviation Factor 2001 was here right at the start of the stream as well. SB 2008, I'm in the Wizz Air 320 Neo next to you, going to Sofia as well. See you there. Absolutely feel free to join me on VATSIM as well. Check out Navigraph. Just did a quick update before the start of the stream. They have the ability now. It just gets better and better, this utility. Not only is it an incredibly powerful tool for Flight Sim, but look at this. You can turn on traffic on VATSIM. So just before you spawn in, you can check traffic on stand. There you go. So I think that's us there on stand 5. It takes a while for all the data to load in. But yeah, it's really useful to see how many people are. I mean, look how busy it is. I mean, I've noticed it does make it a bit laggy, and it is in beta, so I tend to turn it off when I'm not using it. It improves the performance of the sim. But yeah, great to see. You can have other people or view other traffic on VATSIM and iVeo, whichever network you use, to see how things are. Anyway, let's jump on into the cockpit here. There we are. So we're completely cold and dark. I've got my caveman headlamp on. Who here's excited for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 as well? If you didn't know already, I'm working on the day it's released, Wednesday. However, I've booked Thursday off work. On Thursday, I'm going to do an all-day stream for you the day after it's released on Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. It's going to be a chilled-out stream, just exploring the simulator, trying lots of features such as the included flights, the aircraft, the career mode, some free flights as well. Check out the default 737 MAX. No, not a 24-hour stream. It'll be a sort of 8-9 hour stream, starting at 10 in the morning, ending at 6 o'clock in the evening, sort of thing. But I hope you guys are free on Thursday, week tomorrow, while I do my inaugural sector, or streams I should say, in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Anyway, let's talk about the MAX today. We'll take off my headlamp. There we are. Actually, I might need it back on for a second so I can find the battery. There we are. So battery's on. We'll get the external power connected, so you've got to look into the tablet for this. So let's go to... I thought I did this before the start of the stream. I still need my headlamp on. So menu, system page. Oh yeah, got to press set, haven't I? Set. There we are. There we are. GPU is now connected onto the aircraft. I might turn turn up Microsoft Flight Sim sound. So here we are, there's the dome light on, which will illuminate everything nice and bright. Yeah, hold on, let me just turn up Microsoft Flight Simulator here, guys. It's very quiet in the game. There we are, that's better. So battery on, and GPU's on the bus, electric hydraulic pumps on, landing gear lever is down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green lights, and then we check all the ship's documentation, make sure we're fully able to depart with all our documentation on board. Perfect. Fault and fire test next, so let's check the squibs. Yes, brilliant. Can't teach it. A beginner's guide to the 737 MAX of Alpaca Airways. Yes, this is one of my favourite quotes during streams, so fantastic. We've got both manuals on the side. Thank you. I think that must have been told OC. There we are. So checking the squibs 1 and 2. Check the fault. APU detector, fire bell. They're very bright. It's not quite as white light as that in real life. You should be able to sort of see the numbers still quite clearly with the bell, but there, it's all working. What's that sound? Is that? I think it's in Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's another aircraft we can hear. Emergency exit lights are armed, and test the attend button. Let's check out the operational flight plan now. I know you can do this in-game now. It's a bit slow loading, but this is useful for me while streaming, so I don't have to open the tab all the time. But here is the flight plan. It's a busy VATSIM event. The weather's not an issue on this sector. We are live weather. We are 12 hours behind live time, so the sun... I said I was. What happened? It changed. No. Why did it go back to live? Let me know, guys. Do you want me to go back 12 hours live time so we can enjoy a day flight, or just fly completely live so it will be a night flight? Let me know in chat now so I get a general gist. I can leave it as it is, otherwise I'll go back 12 hours to 5:10 in the morning. But yeah, because it's a VATSIM event, and I don't know how busy it is, I will take a smidge extra fuel. Here is the flight plan. Block fuel is so little in the MAX. It's 4.5 tons. We'll take an extra 500-600 kilos, which is 15 minutes to allow for any hold. So what we'll do, we'll take 5.2 on the fuel, which is enough for 20 minutes. Oh, you know what? I'll just round it up. Let's go 5 tons, 500 kilos on the fuel. So what we'll do is go here, menu, system page. Oh, it's all the tablet. I need to get used to again. Bear with me, guys. How do you get to fuel? Is it menu? There you go. Performance and payload, and then weight and balance. Fuel. There we are. So fuel will have 5 tons. Perfect. So that's in. The passengers, we're going to have a full load, 178. And then cargo, we're going to have 900 kilos of checked-in bags in holds 2, or the forward hold. There we are, so set payload. So the zero fuel weight now is 61,722. It's a bit annoying when you close it. It takes so long to load. It's just quicker sometimes to bring up the tablet. So the zero fuel weight should match what we have planned now on the flight plan. Let me have a look. Oh, it's crashed. There we are. 61.7. There you go. So let's just... We need to make sure we press set payload and the fuel. Set fuel. Does that set it in Microsoft Flight Simulator as well? I think it does. Complete. So I think that sets it in the game. So 5 tons of fuel and the amount of fuel here. Right, what we got here? Night, 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 day, night, night, night. I think the majority... Oh no, there's a lot of day up above. Crikey, okay, it's a pole. Oh dear. Just to help you, QH1020, thank you. We'll grab the weather soon, SB2008. We're due out off stand in about 18 minutes, so we've got plenty of time still to do everything. Engage with audience, yes. Start a poll, yes. Night, day, you have until pushback to decide. There we are. Time of day, night, day. Oh, decisions. Start poll, vote away. It's a democratic decision here. Nightbot or daybot for the poll, brilliant. Have I booked the flight? Yes, Domino Mosina, the new flight is live already. Look, it's already booked on with New Sky. So fuel we've decided. Seatbelt signs on as we're preloaded. Tested 10 button. Check the takeoff config warning horn. That is working. Flaps are up, which match the indicated position. Let's do the cargo fire test here. Forward aft discharge, no detector fault, fire bell, fire warning light. We'll put 2000 standby on the transponder, not using the ADF for departure. Rudder and aileron trims checked, check the gear extension doors closed and locked. Textures on this are really, really nice. Stall warning test. There's 1, 2. Back airspeed warning test. Flight recorders checked. Test. That should be off in the normal position on the ground. That should be off right now. IRS to nav. 9 minutes for the alignment. Check all the emergency equipment. Circuit breakers are in. Jim's taking his shirt off again. We can start boarding via GSX. Yes, look at all the Alpaca Airways liveries. Fantastic. You even get cushions in first class with my aeroplane swoosh. Very, very nice. We'll have a look at the cabin on the way. Let's get GSX up and running. Request boarding.
Requested.
Should have done this a little bit sooner. Now, interestingly, why are my lights on? Oh, now I know why. It's this silly. Oh no. Flash mode, but they were on by default. Yes, a couple of things. The cable is the electrical power is so hot it's glowing purple. And secondly, does GSX accommodate self-position stands? Because after boarding, we're going to request engine start and just taxi off stand. The only option I can find is pushback. So does it actually accommodate it, or do I just have to clear off GSX and start engines on stand? TAR Ray, transponders TAR, yes, it is a bit of a funky transponder. We don't have this one fitted to our fleet, but yes, that should be on out off and standby for now, thank you. We'll have intercom on, intercom VHF1, excellent. Right, so we've done our safety inspection. Let's now grab the ATIS and the weather. We do actually, there's no event here, but we do have approach tower and ATIS available, so let's tune that up and grab the weather from VATSIM. 125.3. Yes, Cam, I know it's a texture issue. I was half joking.
700.
Let's grab the weather.
Runway 05 for arrival and departure. Expect ILS Zulu approach transition level 110.
No.
1320 at 6. Tag OK. Temperature 11. 2.1. QNH1020. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie.
Perfect. So we copied information, Charlie. QNH is 1020. So we'll put that over to hectopascals. Magic B button. Turn up the lighting here. Lighting in all aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim is very, very nice. What on earth was that? Someone's just fired off a cannon outside my aircraft. I think it might have been the doors opening. There we are.
Passengers boarding started.
Excellent. Oh look, someone's just landing, taking off. Eurowings. I think he's just landed. Wonderful. Jonathan Wiltshire, that's what I was saying here. Long time Cap, hope you're doing well, buddy. Nice to see you here. Thanks for popping in. You're always welcome, of course. All the streams, nice to see you here. And thanks to still supporting the channel as a member, buddy. Very, very kind. Oh my god, the vote. 54% nights. Oh, that's making it tough. There's the dispatcher bringing the load sheet, and the passengers are behind as well. Got a nice GSX profile for the Orbix scenery. Let's carry on with the setup. Traffic on. Traffic. And check the oxygen. Very realistic sounding. Does the map line work? No, don't think that's modelled. Oh well. So that's done. We've got the ATIS, QNH MFRA. That's what I need to set. We'll put that to 1070. There we are, 1070 sets. Let's now load up the FMC. So FMC, ident. We're in a B-rate mic, latest ARIC installed, split is Lima Delta Sierra Papa, put in our coordinates, GPS left, route, let's request the routing information from ACARS, there we go. Bill Padley says go to Navigraph, airports, networks, departures for split, it's very cool, but it doesn't have the 3 gates feature. I don't know what that's in relation to, Bill Padley. Chat, let's make the vote 50-50. No, it looks like it's going night at the moment. There we are. Route uplink ready to load. Loading. There we are. We are Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Activate departures 05. It will be a Rempe SID of sorts. Ooh, which one though? Rempe 1 Whiskey or Rempe 2 Charlie? That's the big question. Let's have a look here. I think it's quicker to use this than the integrated one. It's so slow to load. So this is from runway 23, but it's runway 05. When I generated the flight plan this morning, they were using 23, I think. So we got a Rempe 2 Charlie here. That's off 23. Let's just filter the charts here for a second. So 23, 05. So there's that one. A Rempe 1 Whiskey, which is basically a loop around the airfield. And this one, which is also a loop. The Rempe, whatever I select, it'll be the other one. The other one's RNAV based. That one was conventional. So we'll go off the RNAV one. Yeah, that'll do. Rempe 1 Whiskey. Execute departure arrivals using 27 in Sofia. So ILS Zulu 27. Arrival will be a NISFA 3 kilo. Execute. Just check for any discontinuities. Looking good. Performance then. 0 fuel weight in 61.7. Let's have a look at the reserves. So flights, weather. Good evening. Houston brief OFP. So our alternatives: plod live. Can't pronounce that. 1.9 tons required. Cruising at 370. I just realised Navigraph is really small for you. There you go. Topic line wind is 261 at 50. GSX eating into my FPS as usual. Topic line minus 2. Execute performance. Then we'll use the integrated performance tool. Just fire it up one more time. Daniel, it's a really nice approach to Sofia. Vote for the day. Oh no. Oh, it's literally 50-50. Gave me 1 whiskey before the crash. Oh, Roger, Edo, thank you. Is that the one I selected? I can't remember. Probably not. No, it's the one Victor. We'll get the clearance shortly. Right, let's have a look here at the performance. Performance of tools. Populate from last flight. There we are. So runway 05 now. Length meters, kilos, weights in, flaps optimum, thrust optimum, bleeds auto, anti-ice on, wind populate, just double check. We'll use improved climb and flex, calculate. So that's showing TO2 45 degrees, TO2 45, speeds, takeoff flap 5, CG, sets the trim automatically, which is a nice feature in a desktop simulator, I like that. Speeds are, so these are probably improved. No, we said it selected improved climb speed. Why are they differing so much? Didn't we have this last time? But no, these are not improved climb. Well, we'll go with those speeds. V1 and VR differ slightly higher by default. That's fine. 140, 146. We always go with the OPT speeds. There's a slight discrepancy there. Cool. So that's done. I just wanted to check. Has the weight definitely been added into the sim? Yeah, this is showing a weight of 66.8, so that's definitely correct. Good. You should use VPT for performance calculation. What is VPT? I've never heard of that. Visual something. Brendan, isn't the transition altitude 110? That's flight level. The altitude here is 10,000 feet. Transition level is different to the altitude. There you go. Transition levels by ATC, so 10,000, 10,000. Perfect. Let's grab the clearance and see what's going on. Actually, you know what? Let's finish our setup first. Fuel dampers on. Nav transfer display switch is normal. Auto fuel. 4 pumps. Check the crossfeed valve. Bright. Dim. Bright. Off. It's usually a little bit slower checking the valve, the way the light moves, but I'm being very nitpicky. Window heat's on. That's all set. Packs auto. 370. What's the elevation at Sofia? It is 1745. That's already updated automatically, I guess, from my last sector. 370 is the cruise. That should be on steady already. Flight directors, master, on my side. It'll be departing off runway 05, so the track is 049. We'll just set the courses to that as well. Come back then here if we have to in emergency for the ILS. Perfect, that's all done, that's all set. Jim, you can have the legs page, auto brake to RTO, reset fuel flow, trim set, nav aids. What we'll do is we'll tune the ILS or the split VOR active 15.7. It's just located to the south of the airport. 15.7 for the VOR. Bear with me, chat. Why can't I click the 7? It's weird. And the ILS is 1105. Perfect. Cool. We're pretty much set up now, guys. We'll just look at the SID look. It's a real loopy loop around the block there. Joe, just me, but the sim is just too pretty to fly at night, especially on his machine. Oh, what's the vote now? It's 50. It literally is 50-50. Can someone vote? Oh my goodness me, 195 votes, but 50-50. Crikey, we just need a couple. Who's not voted here? There's 325 of you watching, but only 125 votes. So you're going to have to choose one of them. But yeah, at the moment it's a night flight. We're going to leave it as it is, unless you change your mind. Right, we'll crank up the APU. No EGT gauge on the max, so you just got to make sure you get the low oil pressure lights illuminate like that. Make sure it's starting, and then just have to hope it's working. But if we listen back here, I can hear the igniter and the APU already starting up. Good. Now GSX cannot accommodate engine start and stand, so I guess I've got to get rid of GSX now by just turning it off, which you have to do by restarting. Is it Kootle or whatever it's called? So there's no self-position start accommodation, is there? Because that literally brings a tug. It is day. There you go. Alright. Oh, I kind of wanted it to be day anyway. Yay, day. Yeah, democracy. What I'll do, it'll be a sunrise flight then, so we'll do a 5:25, 4:25. No, I did this before. Oh no, 5:25. I forgot what time I was streaming. There you go, my OCD needs to be satisfied here. We'll make it, it's just gone 26, there you go. There we are, democracy wins. Democracy, no. Just remove pushback option in the aircraft parking position settings. Oh, Margaret, I have time to do that every single stream. We'll just get rid of GSX, that's the easiest thing to do by doing this. Bye-bye. Let's get the clearance. Tower 124675. Due out 4 minutes, doing well. I better end this poll before you guys all start to vote at night. There you go. Conclusive evidence that it was a democratic decision. What? 50% day, 49% night. Where's the 1% gone? Don't know. Ooh. Come on, YouTube poll. Not the most accurate. Right, let's get the clearance. I better turn up VATSIM. I've had that before. I've got the clearance and V-pilot's turned down. There we are. 675 is active. 124675. Perfect. Split Tower Echo Day. It's Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Stand 5. Copied information Charlie 1020. Departure clearance to Sofia, please.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Good evening. Split Tower. Roger. Stand by. Call short back.
Perfect. So,
6 Golf Papa, contact radar 120.875, goodbye.
120.875, airborne frequency. What is with the loop in the SID? You'll see it in the second row heat. It's because of terrain
3 Golf
located to the north.
Line up and wait runway 05, better approved.
Line up and wait runway 05, better approved, CSAT Golf Alpha.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, ready to copy clearance now?
Ready copy, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, information Charlie current, runway 05, clear to destination. Flight plan route, rampy, rampy 2 Charlie. Departures, climbed initially 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Cleared to Bulgaria from runway 05, rampy 2 Charlie, departure, climb to altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, is that correct?
Good, so 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000. And Rumpy 2 Charlie, which we need to change here. So 05, Rumpy 2 Charlie, execute. So I just need to make a note of that. And let's have a look at the SID. It's basically the same as we planned, but for RNAV. So let's do our briefings. We've checked the route. That's all in. Instrument cross-check, emergency briefings would have been completed. Taxi. So we are here. Look on stand 5, start the engines. Alpha, then it's a backtrack for runway 05. And this is this wiggly SID. So let me just deselect the other charts. I'll just do VATSIM down whilst I brief you guys. So here, split, SID, search for Rumpy again. Love this. This search feature is really good. I wish I had that in the real charts with Jeppy. So Rumpy. So deselect. This is the one we need. So Rumpy 2 Charlie, climb 5,000. Climb on 059, tracking to 480 feet. When we're at 480 feet, which is here, it's a right turn, track 147 when passing. Split radial 107, which is active. Right to the VOR, and then once you're at the VOR, outbound on the 053 radial to Rumpy. So it's a real wiggly SID here, but note there's no speed restrictions, or there is a speed restriction, max 185 knots just for that initial turn until passing radial 047. So when we bug up, we've got to bug 185, which is the speed restriction, just that initial turn, but then we can bug up after. It's NADP2 here, according to my operator's documentation. But the reason we do this turn is a straight out departure is not possible. The terrain's too high, the climb gradient is just way too high there. So we'd go up above 8,400 to ensure that we're above the Mora and the MSA. We do this loop before we go out. Perfect. That's all catered for. APU on the bus has been running for more than 2 minutes now, so we'll pop the bleed on. We've used the performance calculator from Navigraph, which is pretty good. We just now need to ditch the... I forgot to initialize the flight. Ditch the ground power. So system page, sim menu, ground support, disconnect, set, and chocks have been removed. Cool, we're all ready to go. It's just the doors are all open from me abandoning GSX, so let me make sure I shut the doors. Wouldn't be the first time. Where are the doors? That's my next question. Doors. There we are. So we've got to close. Close. Absolutely smashed them closed. There we are. Doors are closed. Passengers seated. Checks complete. Perfect. Right then. Let's request engine start. Bang on time. We're actually a minute late. Not quite bang on time. And split tower. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo stand 5. Request engine start.
Last station calling again.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo stand 5. Request engine start.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo startup approved. QNH 1020 runway 05.
Start approved. QNH 1020 runway 05. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Good. Cleared start. So packs off. Isolation valve open. Anti-collision lights. Verified parking brake is set. Transponder to auto out off. Perfect. Starting engine number 2. So again, we'll witness bowed rotor motoring.
Gracia 2 Hotel holding shut up.
Gracia 2 Hotel Roger, collision the back.
N1. So now the N2 stabilises to straight the M1 N2 rotor due to thermal build-up, even though it's fully cold and dark. Oil pressure should have... yeah, there it is, oil pressure. It's a bit slow. Usually it's a smidge quicker appearing there. Now bowed rotor motor can take up to 2-3 minutes, you know, if the engine's hot, but because it's the first start of the day, that's how long it takes usually. Starting engine number 2. Oh, I've got cones around my aircraft. Wonderful. Oh, they've disappeared, just like that. CJ Taylor, in the next build this has been extended by 30%. Yeah, that's a little bit more realistic, but it does vary. They want it, so if it's the first flight of the day, it takes as long as this. This is how long it takes on the first flight of the day. That's perfect, but for longer, or turnarounds, it's a lot longer. always get that little whine as well when the engine stabilises. So starter cutout 2573, that is the stabilisation for the leap. 2 is stable. We're waiting until that little red peg's gone. There you go. That's stable. So starting engine number 1.
Minimums.
Thanks Wuxian, 24 months, 2 years as a member. Leap startup, my beloved. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. There you go, some nice startup sounds. You can't quite see the engine from the cockpit. Great that it's modelled. Kind of just sucked in. Yeah, Matthew, we don't talk about that. See how it sounds from inside. %. Fuel on. Try and check the fuel spar valve. It does checks now. TCMA. It's usually a bit louder than that. A little bit louder. Even for the cockpit with the window closed, you hear that whine. Do you need to turn off hydraulic system A? No, SB2008. That was a really old SOP. If you've got a bypass pin installed, there's no requirement to turn off A system pumps. There's a little. So if you want to know how you close the door, look, you pull the window. Even that's what you do. You pull that little pin. So wait until the little red peg's gone off EGT. That's the max starter EGT. There you go. Number 1 stable. Let's do the before taxi flow. Oops, don't need it high. There we are. Flaps to 5. Hello everyone. Forward, back, right, left, rudders, right and left, recall, blank the lower DU, well, remove the expanded engine display, and I'll just make sure I've got airports on. Tune's got train and airports, there we are. We then read the before taxi checklist, which is complete. Or request taxi. So I'm just waiting. Oh, it's busy on stand, isn't it? Let's get in the queue. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, request taxi.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, taxi holding point Alpha runway 05.
Oh, point Alpha 05, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. So when you're on a remote stand like this, be very cautious of obstacles such as ground equipment, because obviously we're taxiing off stand here. With the max, all you need to do is release the brakes and it will roll forward on its own, as it is doing now, and then just crank that till around. You might need a bit of thrust on the outboard engine, like this. Any thrust on the inboard engine with tight turns is working against you, so just a little bit of thrust on the outboard engine like this will help you swing around. Taxis nicely, this aircraft, but you've got to be doing less than sort of 3 knots for these super tight turns for it to work. Good, it's got plenty of inertia. Sometimes in windy conditions you have to add some thrust. God, I might be having radio issues or something. There you go. You can see, look, you'd probably have a wing walker there or marshaller. So I understand with the next update they're doing, they're going to fix the.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, are you able to turn to the holding point Bravo for runway 23?
A firm Alpaca 73 Bravo Alpha. Taxi hold point Bravo, Alpaca 73 Bravo Alpha. Echo. Even. So Bravo's the other one. I think the other guy's got frequency issues or something. And don't forget to turn your lights on. But to be fair, if you're taxiing off stand, you leave the lights off until you're away. Whee! It's Microsoft Flight Sim taxiing. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how a lot of this has been improved on when we jump into the sim next week. I guess the other guy's having audio issues, but we'll say we're ready. Go backtrack. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, we are ready for departure.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo via Bravo, backtrack, correction backtrack approved, line up and wait runway 05.
Via Bravo, enter line up backtrack, runway 05, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo.
Approaching 2, 3.
Let's RAS maybe jump. So usually at my operator, oh my goodness me, oh flashing lights, they're funky and I've nearly taxied onto the grass. If anyone's watching me, they'd think I'm drunk. So I guess the Croatia guys either nipped to the toilet. Come on, oh crank round. Yes, I've got these funky flashing light options, I need to turn that off. Taxiing in this sim's sometimes a bit of a chore. Right, before takeoff checklist, so config. If I do it, the engines will spool up. I'll try a quick one. Checked. Flaps. We've got 5 green lights. Stab trim. 6.6 units set. Takeoff briefing. Pax auto bleeds on. V speed set for departure. 42, 42, 46 set on the MCP. The SID is now a REM. What was it called? A REMP 2 Charlie. Climbing straight ahead. 480 feet. Right turn. Right turn again, overhead the VOR and heading north, climbing to an altitude initially of 5,000 feet, max speed 185 knots. Actually I've not looked, there will definitely be an engine outset for this departure. It'll be an immediate right turn, no doubt, because of that terrain. Imagine that's reviewed, cabin secured, checks complete. So I don't think it will take LNAV for this departure yet, that's probably quite realistic because of the immediate turn. So what we'll do, we'll depart in heading select at 400 feet, select LNAV and then it will work. NADP 2 we've discussed, so MCP is set, transponder, TARA, strobe lights are on, waiting for our takeoff clearance. Backtracking an active runway, you can go up to 55 knots, just sort of keep it sensible. Jake, there's a massive, I think there was a tiny update since we last flew it, but there's a huge V1.0 update coming out on this aircraft very soon. I was hoping it would be out in time for me to stream it today, but it wasn't, unfortunately. But we'll look back into it because it's still pretty similar to when we last streamed it. I love the sound of the grooved runway. That noise you hear is very realistic, but it does presume that every runway is grooved. Brakes.
On runway.
Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 taxiing is funny.
100 available.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo fully ready.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, runway 05 is clear for takeoff in 320 degrees, have a nod.
05 clear takeoff, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Guys, we're ready for departure. We've been cleared for takeoff.
On runway.
Yeah, come on.
5.
Timing. Toga's a chat, let's go. Oh, that small up time is ridiculous. Stabilised. Set takeoff thrust. Very fast. It's a little bit of, so the thrust, you can't block the thrust lever position, so it will vary slightly. They are takeoff thrust indications normal. 80 knots checked. Look how low those M1s are, but that's normal in the max. They spin so much slower than in the CFM. V1.
V1.
Rotate. Airborne. There's a deadband for sure, very nice. Plus rate of climb, gear up. Get ready for LNAV at 400 feet, which you need to select manually. LNAV, 480 feet, right turn.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, contact radar 120
Caution,
decimal
obstacle.
875. Thanks, fine, bye-bye.
Caution, obstacle.
10875, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Thanks to ATC, sir. Bye. Perfect. Yeah, that was a caution obstacle. Lovely. But that's quite good with the terrain off in that direction. It's probably quite realistic. We'll bug up. Oh yes. Are you now all glad we are flying 12 hours behind lifetime? Look at that sunrise. Oh, 185 knots, but the initial turn's complete. That's fine. Flaps 1. flight director bar's a little bit sensitive. Trim nose down. There's the one bug. Flaps up. Split radar. Good evening, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo on our MP2 Charlie, passing 3,000 for altitude 5,000 feet.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, split radar identified, stand by the flight level 130.
I'll maintain flight level 130, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. And actually, I can switch.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, continue present heading.
Maintain present heading, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. I can change this, look. Oh, it's just gone all the way down to 2,000 feet. What? What did you do that for? Can you remind me what the cleared level was? Guys, was it 120? Remind me, chat, remind me. Maintain present heading as well, I've got that bit. Make sure you match the heading first. So flaps up, no lights, VNAV, set standard. 130, I knew it, I was just testing you guys. Just testing you. 130, thanks. So flaps up, no lights, trim nose down. Trimmed for a while. There you go, look. Hand flies very nicely.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, confirm VMC.
AFM VMC, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Very realistic.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, roger, visual navigation, there into ramping, climb flight level 200.
No navigation to REMP, climb flight level 200, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. So that's very realistic. So there should be a curved white line here. Execute. The magenta is right. LNAV available, LNAV. So if we're VMC, we can turn left on our own, but you must be, technically I'm at night, obviously I'm streaming behind live time, but yeah, because of all that terrain to the north, let me just turn off your cam, sorry, or east I should say, you know, he says, look, you can make that early turn as long as you're visual with terrain. That's a very common clearance in a lot of places in Europe. So there we are. We're happy, we're visual, and we're on our way eastbound direct to RIMP. And that saves some time on the SID. Should have the weather radar on here. The terrain radar looks very realistic. There's the beautiful city of Split. Oh, look at the sun coming in.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, direct to Rama.
Route direct to Ramap, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. There we are. So that white dashed line again should have that curve, not just a straight line. But the magenta line is working fine. LNAV available. LNAV. I've done the after takeoff checklist yet. I have to take off checklist. So gears up. Start switches off. I can come off. Auto brake to off, air conditioning and pressurization, diff 3.5, climbing and set, release the crew, we'll do the belts now as well, and the pre-cruise checks now, fuel, 4 pumps, lights. Climb flight level 300 and contact Zedra 130.550 Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Goodbye.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, negative climb flight level 200.
Climb flight level 200 Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Sorry, just confirm that frequency one more time.
Frequency 130.0. Have a nice flight. Goodbye.
130.0 Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Bye. Perfect. I couldn't hear him, it was very quiet on my radio. 130.0, so we've got the frequency wrong, clear level wrong. Whoops. Adrian's active, right. God, oh, my ears. Right, I need to turn down the sim, guys. Honestly, I can't hear anything outside the sim. Oh, that's better. Right, aviate first. Fuel, lights, funky flashing lights are off. AAP is off, pressurization 4.0 is set, belts and auto, recall, checks complete.
Lot 616, Adrian. Lot 616, multiple.
There we are.
Provided with you. Lot 616,
very
monitor
nice.
122 decimal 8. Monitor Unicom on frequency 12 decimal 8, 148.
Life begins at 40. What are you looking forward to flying in the new sim? It's that, I want to do that firefighting mission. I want to do some of that stuff. It's going to be great fun.
Sky Travel 437 Adria Radar.
It's like
hello,
getting up early at
identified.
work, going to work, it's what it reminds you of. Look at that. Who voted night again? Very short flight, by the way, guys. Very short stream stays. That's all we have this evening. However, I will be around on Friday for another stream. Better check in with Adria Control. Just trying to control the volume of the sim.
50.
Matthew, thank you very much. £2 donation, sir. Thank you.
20.
That's old school.
This short
Radar Sky Charter 301 ready for departure.
Using in 1982.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Matthew Newey. 1982 Newey is a ZX81. That is old school. Amazing. Yeah, look at it. Look at this. Amazing. What a time to be alive. It's only going to get better in the future
Cheers
as
for
well.
takeoff runway.
Hope you're doing well.
04
Thanks for
Sky
your
Charter
£2 donation
301.
and for your support as a member, buddy. Adria Centre, very good evening. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Climbing flight level 200, routing direct Ramap.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, Adria Radar, hello, identified, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Set 370 checked. Set on the overhead panel, MCP, and then we can check on the cruise page. We're below the optimum exit on the max. There we are. Well, I'm going to say one thing I can't abide about Microsoft Flight Sim VX-Plane is that none of the mods allow you to change the VHF volume using the cockpit. That is true, which is a nice feature in X-Plane. Now I have the volume mixer open in the background, so whenever I'll just... oh no, I don't want to share my screen because that's going to show my name. I have the volume mixer open, so I quickly adjust the V-Pilot volume.
Direct.
Yes, bubblegum, I did see a Max coming for X-Plane, absolutely. It'd be great fun to try.
And only 60 Juliet, my climb flight level 360.
Boston 20,000, just check the diff.
360,
Good, cap down, checks
Juliet.
Adriatic hello, Lufthansa 8, Papa Foxtrot, flight number 380, finding 900.
Hey, Pastor Escobar, hope you're doing well. Good afternoon, just got back from Recurrent, busy on the line next week. Excellent, hope you're progressing well. Flight Warner, you chose night, wrong choice. Hope you're doing well.
Scandinavia 139 established on ILS for runway 13.
Scandinavia 139 and runway 13, clear to land,
Where's that,
wind
runway 13?
080 degrees 10 knots.
Clear to land, runway 13, Scandinavia 139.
Awesome.
Adria Radar Sky Charter 301, 1600, climbing 6000.
Sky Charter 301 identified, climb flight level 250, unrestricted.
Climb flight level 250, unrestricted, Sky Charter 301.
Vino Papa done a soothing stream, perfect. If you're falling asleep, let me know. I'll wake you up. Brendan, thank you, 19 months as a member. Got my first flying lesson in a few weeks. Any tips I should know about before I start? Fantastic. Great to hear, Brendan. And I know you're obviously active in Discord. Ask around there. There's people that have flown a lot more frequently, more recently, with regards to light aircraft flying as well. So I'd certainly speak to those guys. It's been... well, since I flew my own, sitting under a single engine piston, about 14-15 years. So just enjoy the time and ask your instructor lots of questions. Patrick Benny said, what's the difference between N1 and N2? So N1 is the low pressure turbine and the N2 is the high pressure turbine, and it's expressed as a sort of percentage of your total thrust. But N1 is the primary one for referencing thrust.
Alpha 1.11 via Whiskey, Channel 5 will be there.
Perfect. So, ETA, fuel, the run with 2.6. Don't forget we took an extra 500 kilos of fuel, so we're landing with 2 tons, which is normal for the max for standard fuel. Usually land with about 2.5 tons. You'll see in the cruise how little fuel it burns.
Descend 9,000 feet.
Wow, that's great with the mist in the clouds as well.
November 1,
SB 2008, that's a great question. The real thing, how many miles before top of descent do you start descent prep? Around 100 miles, but on short sectors like this, when you're typically around 100 miles from top of descent, So if you're on a short sector, you might reach 100 miles before top centering climb. The pilot flying will then hand over control during the climb to start setting up on really short sectors, usually above 10,000 feet. That's when PF will hand over control to already start setting up.
Turkish 7, November Kilo, for separation, flight heading 310.
How many people inbound to Sofia this evening as well?
310, Turkish 7, November
Anything
Kilo.
on TCAS, nothing around us at the moment. Oh,
Weather 112, runway 11, cleared to land.
oh, there's a note. I thought that said no llamas. What other things have you done in here, WOC? Check out the Alpaca Airways cabin. Look at this. We've even got some blue spray paint. Well, I don't know if that's lighting. You have first class. You get an included cushion. Please don't steal it if you can fly first class, or business class, I should say, with Alpaca Airways. It's brilliant. And then economy.
Juliet, clear direct to
178
Zulu Delta
seats.
502.
Proceed direct to
189, I
Zulu
think,
Delta
actually.
502.
Boeing Sky Interior.
1 unit.
It's very bright blue. Interview with the autopilot. Brilliant. They've got the Alpaca magazine. Oh yes, I forgot you could open all this. Many extra features. They're all correctly coded, I think. Row 8, very nice. It's a great cabin. Check the signs. What signs? Where? What have you done? Exit. Emergency exit. I see. What have you done? Oh, special meals available, probably. Not your Escobars. What was it again in the mod? I can't remember. Very nicely modelled. William, no, this isn't quite Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Next week we'll be streaming that, buddy. I've locked myself out. Wonderful.
Turkish 7, November Kilo, resume on navigation direct Tibro.
The airflow noise is perfect.
Resume on navigation direct Tibro,
Oh.
Turkish 7, November Kilo.
Thank you very much, Torn. That was very kind. £12.77 directly. Thank you.
Love the content.
Thank you. Love the content question. Thank you very much, William. Torn, for your £12.77 donation. Very kind. Glad you are loving the content. Very kind. Thank you very much. There we are.
Sky Travel 437,
Excuse my
clear
lack of
direct
geography
Bombay.
for this area. Is this Bosnia, Montenegro, and then this will be Serbia. And then crossing into Bulgaria.
Sky Travel 437, clear direct
Somewhere I don't
Bombay
fly
to
very
Bravo,
often in real life
Alpha
either.
Mike, Echo Kilo.
Beautiful. Don't know most things to check. Number 1, no smoking sign in. Oh, your message disappears. Vivi, is it possible to pilots to lock themselves out the cockpit? Yes, but you should be able to get yourself back in using the keypad. Diet brakes. Why the jaw dumper does not. Your damper, I think you're trying to say, not jaw dumper. Does not automatically compensate for your effect when one of the engines goes down. So it's not what it's designed to do. Now, certain aircraft like the Airbus 777 have or some sort of rudder automatically input. Your damper isn't designed to do that. This is a stick and rudder plane, so if the engine fails, you are the one that has to direct the rudder in to maintain directional control. Dead leg, dead engine. Easiest way of detecting it, if let's say the right engine was to fail, obviously apart from the indications, the autopilot will compensate by turning left, so that would instinctively tell you I need to put left rudder in. Jaw dumper! That's my favourite.
Yeah, 139. Is it possible to get the taxi to gate?
Emma, let's see how Tower performs on the captain. Oh, don't mind being Mr. Ed.
Scandinavian 139, taxi to standard choice.
Matthew, my apologies. Narrow body Airbus doesn't have a single engine yaw compensation. Still have to use rudder on the bus. Oh, really?
Viable.
Oh, I would have thought it did all automatically.
My choice.
Well, take it back.
November 8 to Juliet, continue descent 6,000 feet.
Oh, Sphinx check. No smoking sign in cabin. Magazine in business class. Open the toilet lid.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, contact Adria radar on 130.550, bye-bye.
130550, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Thanks to ATC, sir. Goodbye.
Adria over, chance of 225, passing, follow 16.
What have you put in my bog? That's more important than checking in with ATC right now. Don't put rubbish in. I thought it was something else when I first opened the lid. It's great. Great modelling. Great modelling. I better check in with ATC. Stop locking myself out of the cockpit. Adria radar, very good evening. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Climbing flight level 370 to ram up.
With caution Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, Adria identified.
So you got MSN Messenger on in the background. That's what it sounded like. You played like that MSN Messenger sound. You know, I've actually got that on my soundboard. I found it the other day. This will be a nostalgic moment for a lot of you. That sound. When you log on to MSN Messenger and then it was that. Oh god, it reminds me of being a teenager again. Oh god, the memories. I had to use dial-up still at home. Oh dear, dear. Yes, sorry. And what else? The no smoking sign, no doubt, has a no alpaca symbol, doesn't it? Yeah, no llamas. That's it. Yes. So there you go. No llamas. Spitting llamas. Brilliant.
These are 6
I love it.
approved.
Fly Walnut, could you rename the toilet the Al Crapper? That's pretty good. I like that. That's definitely yes, the Al Crapper. Oh, that's really funny. VB, do you have CPDLC? This has got CPDLC, doesn't it? The iFly Max. I don't think Adria Centre are using it though. No. Want to go checked. Win for the Al Crapper. That's really clever. Matthew, yet the bus fly-by-wire doesn't do all that many fancy things in reality. Really just stops us from exceeding normal limits and from having to hold any sort of constant control forces. Ah, interesting. There's me thinking you just had your tray table out all day.
With our 6 Golf Papa. When ready,
approaching cruise level, start setting up.
To reach level
Because will be exactly 100 miles at the top of climb. MC speed, VNAV path. Now, I'd like to get a message for depths of Flight 1 software. The VNAV in this, it doesn't have common VNAV. It only has the old school VNAV logic, which doesn't exist in the Max anymore. So basically, if you get high on profile in descent, and you select VNAV in this, it goes to VNAV path and dives to the profile. That's, well, my understanding is none of the Maxes have that logic. That's what I've been told anyway. We have so-called common VNAV, so our fleet now behaves like a 78774 in that if you're high above profile engage VNAV, it goes to VNAV speed and pitches for the speed. So that's not modelled here. Perfect. Passenger Escort, on the Max, are there any extra things on the AMB hydraulic systems that are not on the NG? I notice you don't have to take the landing gear lever off. That's about it, Passenger Escobar. Underneath all of the small changes, it is an NG. But the hydraulics, same functionality, same use. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head if there's anything. I did do a differences video if you guys are interested between the NG and the Max, sort of going through some of the differences I've noticed in the FCOP. But I think you got it there. Adam, flight director bars are a bit fat. Yeah, that's a really good point, Adam. The flight director bars here are too thin. They're a little bit thicker than this. I'd say you need to 50% more pixels either side. They are very stick thin and not quite as thin as that in real life. Awesome. For the love of everything professional, don't mispronounce the call sign. No. Oh, very quiet to Sofia. 12 arrivals. That's fine. Quiet for us is good. Right, let's grab some weather. I'll grab the ATIS from VPilot. So Lima Bravo Sierra Foxtrot. So it's information alpha in Sofia from 1730, ILS Zulu 27, transition level 120. So forecast 120. Usually that needs to be executed. I'm 90% sure. Surface wind 3004. It's 6,000. Wow, it's low cloud base, guys. We're going to have to do an ILS. It's 6,000 meters at destination, overcast 500 feet. So we're only going to see the runway, and it's scattered at 300. So it's a low cloud base. I don't know what the minima for the ILS is, if it's just the standard 200 feet. Let's have a look. Taking more fuel.
Viser 6 Golf Papa, contact Sofia.
Okay, it's fine. 200, and they've got auto land anyway. So another poll for you guys. I can do an auto land, or I can do a Cat 1 down to 200 feet, disconnect, hand fly. Is that another poll? Not sure. But they've got Cat. Well, they've got up to Cat 3 here. RVR down to 75 meters for us, but we'd have 200 meters allowance. Oh, I'll poll this, I think. Cat 1, no question. Cat 1 be a real pilot. and fly Cat 1. Alright, I'll do Cat 1. Maybe I'll do a raw data just for a laugh. Right, let's have a look at this arrival then. I think I can fetch the winds from Navigraph, which is quite cool. Yeah, let's request the winds. Excuse me. Fetching. Load. Execute. Ice deviation. What was the temperature? Navigraph. What? Look what Navigraph wants to do. It's sign down. What? Give me 2 secs, guys. Signing in. It's just booted me out. I've been booted back in. Excellent. So the start begins at Nissa, so I'm coming in from the west. With Nissa, Sierra Foxtrot 612, 611. Sierra Foxtrot 610, sorry, I couldn't see the chart. 609. And Archaea, and I put the Bagip shortened approach in. Bagip's basically onto around a 10-mile final. So it's all RNAV based, all seems to be coded. I know I've got Navigraph still up. I'll just put this in a position where hopefully you can sort of see in plan mode what we're doing. There we are, so we've got it all in view. Archaea 210 knots or below, great. And then to Bagip, this is a bug they need to fix, look at that. 240, 210, then back to 240. No, that should never do that. It should be showing 210 knots or below. It wouldn't ever accelerate back up. Anyway, Bagip I'm going to put 180 knots or below anyway. Make sure we put a slash. That takes us onto the ILS via Tuppo. There you go, Tuppo. So we've checked the arrival. Bit of high terrain around, some high points there, but we'll have a nice approach, albeit overcast. Let's have a look at the ILS now. So ILS 27 coming via Bagip, then Bagip 4100. Checks in the FMC down to Tuppo, which is the final approach fix at 60 ME, 3,600 feet check, 3 degree ILS, shorter checks in the FMC. Cat 1 then we're doing first, minimum 1945, which is 200 feet HR, RVR required to all lines 550 meters. So let's select 1945 as the minima. Oh, that's radio. 945. Look at the max. Just burning under 2 tons an hour in the cruise, about 2.3, 2.4 on the NG. That's why airlines love it. So efficient. 2 tons sat here, 37,000 feet, and we're going fast. Mach decimal 79er. So efficient. So other points to note from the chart, a lot of high terrain around. Where's the MSA sectors on this chart? Doesn't have it. Well, it's going to be high. Sector 3 here's 10,600. But to the west, it doesn't actually. You can't actually see the MSA sector here. Not sure, but look, we'll make sure we stay above 10,600 if we lose situation awareness. Coming down, mid-approach, climb Sierra Foxtrot 601, max 185, then Sierra Foxtrot 602, left turn Bengo, basically where we're coming in from, and we'll climb to 8,000. Cool, covered everything there. Let's look at the landing performance then, just reselect start. This is 3
Adria Radar, dobro večer, Bizar 4 Hotel inbound, method flight level 370.
Look at the airport. So, we've got Foxtrot available, Charlie available. Let's try and vacate at Foxtrot.
Honda 1744, request to leave the flight deck for about 5 minutes.
So we'll use the sim brief. Oh, what's happened? Oh, so if you select sim brief, it makes it dark. Why has it done that for? What? Let's close that again. It's turned off live time. Well, that's annoying. What is it? 609. Let me just try that one more time. Just turned to 610 now. Right, let's try that one more time. So, sim brief dispatch. Great. So if you press the sim brief dispatch button, it syncs to live time. Wonderful. Thanks, sim brief. Right, it's the last time we're looking at it. I usually fly live time, it's not an issue. But why is that a thing? I have literally updated Navigraph. It's a bug update in the Navigraph app. When opened, it resets to real time. Great. Okay, fair enough. Right. Well, we've opened it now. I updated this just before the stream. Or the Navigraph app at least. Anyway, have I got to update Navigraph in game or something? Right. Performance. Hey. Landing. Show options. Populate. So let's go flat 30, optimum brake, reverse is yes, calculate, and we want unfactored. This is great. Auto brake. I wish it showed all the distances. That's auto brake 1, which you very rarely use auto brake 1. Is there a way of showing all auto brake settings? Where is it? Let's try auto brake 3. So auto brake 3 is... what's margin? 1776, is that max manual? We'll go with this one, factored on factor 2302. Oh, sorry, can't see it, 2302. That's going to be fine for Charlie at least. Okay. Perfect. Right, we're not using that again. And project up percent as well, wonderful.
Agent to scope.
500 kilos to burn, 64.2.
Climb level 370.
Flat 30. Auto brake 3. Second E10 reverse. Perfect. Sim brief is the magical time wizard, absolutely. Just move you around. But it's good that it's been recognised. And it's been fixed. AFO 3310, I don't know if changing around in the time. No, I think live weather is independent of the time in the sim, which is a good thing. 4 miles, usually it would say reset MCP altitude. Oh, there are, that's 3. Alpaca 73 Bravo, Echo request descent.
Alpaca 73 Bravo, Echo descent level 130.
Descent flight level 130, Alpaca 73 Bravo, Echo. So 130 is set, VNAV engaged, automatically commence descent for us. There it goes.
Condor 174 watch.
Usually I'd get retard arm here. Staying at FMC speed for now, interesting.
And total to 5 hard, identified, continuous clear.
Square 10 to the 5.
There we go, retard. So that's going to completely close the thrust levers. I do like how it moves the thrust really smoothly, and that's the same rate at which it reduces thrust in real life as well. I think in the PMDG it's a bit quicker, and the Zebo is far too fast the way the autothrottle moves, but this behaviour is really good. So now it's in path, guys. It's only prioritising the path and not the speed. The speed can vary, but it's based off a descent speed with a transition of 278 knots. Why is it transitioned to 268? Oh, it's gone to indicated and started increasing the indicated. Fair enough. Matthew, they say time shift was fixed with an update 8 days ago. Oh, I updated the app. Maybe I'll have to update. Is it via the Navigraph hub? The app in there. That's probably. I've not done that. That's probably why it's still broken. So many things you've got to update. GSX, sim, aircraft sceneries.
4,000 feet via. Delta clear. ILS to approach runway 13.
For the
hub, perfect. That's why I'll update. I'll make a note now to update the hub after the stream. Cool. Yeah, hopefully I'll stream again on Friday, guys. Don't forget, members watching the group flight this weekend as well, Saturday nights, but Friday night I hope to do a public stream of some sorts. I might poll it. I was a bit torn on what to do today, but I was like, oh, I'm not flying the Max for a month, let's fly that. But if you want to see something else, I might poll it or ask for suggestions. Jay, do you know if the Zebo spool up time was fixed? I haven't looked at that, Jay, because it was a bit fast last time, wasn't it?
Instructor to 5, clear, ram up 2, go
So flight sim, as a fully qualified instructor and professional captain pilot, do you get extra stripes uniform over regular captain? Yes, I get all the stripes. Each shoulder, 10 stripes. Yeah. Let me just find a picture of myself.
Condor 1744, contact Sofia 131.225.
Sofia on 131.225, canal 1744, ciao.
Can't find. Ah yes, this is the picture I was looking for. It's uncanny. It's a picture of me and my fellow instructors. I could briefly share my screen. I think some of you might know what's coming. There I am. No, it's there's no additional epaulets or stripes or anything to identify it, which is absolutely fine. Just 10. Anthony, how would you say that this Max compares in terms of handling and realism to the PMDG? The PMDG's ahead. It's been out for what, a couple of years now. Lots of tweaks and updates. This is still not in V1, which I think is imminent. And the way I put this is this. I find the iFly 737 Max is better than the 737 PMDG 737 was when it was released. The PMDG 737 when that was released was good, but had a lot of issues. You know, the autopilot couldn't maintain altitude, I remember. But that's developed to handle quite nicely. This handles very well. In fact, it handles like the PMDG 737, which is credit to the both devs really, in that they both handle as best as you can get in a desktop simulator to the real aircraft. So I'm quite pleased with how it handles and flies. In fact, what I might do on this one, test my skills, I might do a raw data ILS. I'll get configured and we'll try a raw data ILS pitch power, see how it handles. Flying didn't, but to be fair to swim and climb, some airlines add a star to the epaulet for their training captains. Oh no, none of that here. My training captain is nothing extra, which is fine by me. I don't wish to be identified any other way. Just forgot to put my beloved fix rings in for situation awareness, guys. 10, 5, IMC, and we're already started descending. Good. Oh yes, David, failure stream. I must do this again, mustn't I? I've not tried the swim and climb, the Horizon Simulation 787. I've never tried that before. Domino Mosin, I saw that video. This ropey 727 operator, they smashed into some localizers, didn't they? On takeoff.
Bravo, on timer line 1 to right, locomotive captured.
Just reset my thrust levers to idle.
Serbia to Bravo, runway 1 to right, clear line. Wind 040 degrees, 9 knots.
Clear to right, Serbia to Bravo, thank you.
Someone's bashing around in the background. So funny.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, full release to Sofia, 123.7.
123.7, thanks to the ATC, sir. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, goodbye.
Adria officer for hotel request descent.
Will I fly across the pond, A380? No, Pascal, I won't. There's nothing against the devs or the aircraft, it's a great add-on for free, but every man, dog, woman and child will be in the 380. I think it's going to be a problem. Who are we? Talk to Sofia approach. Sofia approach, very good evening, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Descending flight level 130 direct to NISFA. Copy the information, Alpha. Forgot the QNH.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, Sofia approach identified. Your clear NISFA 3 kilo arrival, expect iOS Zulu runway 7. Continue descent flight level 130. Proceed direct Sierra Foxtrot 611.
Oh my god. Okay, cleared on the NISA 3 kilo, expect ILS Zulu runway 27, descend flight level 130 and routing direct to Sierra Foxtrot 611 Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Short-term memory tested. Right, execute. LNAV 130 and we've been briefed on the NISA 3 kilo and we're expecting ILS Zulu 27. Good. Slight shortcut. So again, VNAV path, this is the old Boeing logic where it will dive for the path, the speed might creep up slightly. We're back on the profile. Good. So slight LNAV overshoot it has, isn't it? Very nice. Ah, there must be something wrong with this tile or something in the sim because that's all default there, isn't it? That's default. And then that's all realistic. Beautiful. Swimmer Club, do you have to be a member to fly as Alpaca Airways? Well, so absolutely not. Anyone can fly Alpaca Airways. I just do a members monthly group flight just to stream to the members for their support. Great question there, Razy Dan. What is the difference between, example, ILS Yankee or ILS Zulu? Is it usually type dependent? No, it's approach dependent. So if I have a look at ILS Zulu, let's just select ILS Yankee as well. So it's the same ILS, there's only one ILS on every single runway. But there'll be subtle differences, for example in this case for the missed approach look. If you see here on ILS Zoop, oh, I forgot to pin it, stand by. Hide. Approach, ILS Yankee, pinned. There we go. So ILS Zulu, look, we've got this missed approach which takes us to the right, Sierra Foxtrot 602, but look at ILS Yankee, it's straight ahead, and I think they've got a slightly different, oh no, there's a slightly different descent point here at this point here. So there'll be things that are slightly different, like the missed approach, might be based off different navigators, or the way of getting onto the ILS, but the ILS itself is identical. Usually in Europe, but this is no hard rule, Zulu is the default. Usually, the majority of airports that have two, it's usually ILS Zulu that's in use. Yankee usually isn't, or others are not, but it's not a hard rule case. Some airports they would say use Yankee instead of Zulu. But another thing that might be different is the procedural arrival. How you actually get onto the ILS might vary. So for example, ILS Zulu might be an RNAV, waypoints to the localizer and glide slope. ILS Yankee might be a procedural arrival, the conventional over the top of the airfield racetrack procedure turn onto the ILS. So those are the main differences. The other Jason, Momba's you cheeky kid. I did get my teeth fell out there slightly. Wilhelm, classic. Yes, I do get my words a little mumble jumbled sometimes. Belts on. You're welcome, Razy Dan. Nice to see you here. I think I've never seen you say hello in chat, so welcome on board. Anthony, as an instructor, check airman. I love it. I can tell who guys are from the US. The US, they check airmen. We call it line training captain in Europe. As an instructor and check airman, how do you see the current crop of new hirees shaping up in terms of knowledge and flying ability compared to your generation? I don't think there's been much change, Anthony. There is a batch of pilots, and generally the standard is very good. They study hard, work hard. There's always going to be some people who are weaker than others, and sometimes that weakness can be due to lack of preparation. You can soon work out whether it's an ability issue or a lack of preparation, usually quite early in the briefing. But no, I've not had any difficult decisions yet. Touch wood, but everyone works very hard. Travis! Wow, very generous, thank you. Thanks for $20, buddy. Thank you. You didn't have to pay for that question at all.
When do you load wind data into the FMC?
Great question there, Travis. So the wind data on the forecast page we do during the descent setup, before top of descent. You can do that on the ground. That's no issue at all. Other winds on here, the performance page, this wind we do pre-flight, which is the average wind, and then on the legs route data page, you put average as well.
10,000 feet, QNH Sofia 1025.
Set altitude 10,000 feet, QNH 1025, Alpaca 73 Bravo. Okay, so 10,000 feet set QNH 1025, back to VNAV. Again, path diving, this is the old VNAV logic. Passing 13,300 for 10,000 feet, no flags, standby altimeter set. I hope that answers your question, Travis, anyway. And I see you remember, feel free to ask questions like that in Discord. You don't need to donate $20, you remember. Use the membership, tag me up, I'll happily answer that question. Thank you very much, buddy. AFO, I'm extremely jealous of the answer following. Yep, sub 500 hour pilots into large jets, some at 1300s. Yeah, you're doing the hour building, AFO. I fully understand that annoyance with that 1500 hour requirement. Listen, European airlines have been training and hiring pilots with 200-300 hours, and it's not an issue. Pilots are trained to the same standards as an experienced crew member, same type rating, same limitations on the check, same exercises they have to fly. For me personally, it's outdated, not a requirement. In fact, you could even argue, and I don't think it would be in your case, AFO 3310, but spending so long on a single engine piston actually makes it more difficult to transition to a jet, because flying a jet, a turbofan commercial jet airliner, is very different to a single engine piston aircraft with pitch and power. Things like thrust equals speed and pitch for rate of descent you do in a jet, but not always done in a light aircraft. So you could argue there's some negative impacts.
Continue descend 8,000 feet, proceed direct arc here.
Set altitude 8,000 feet, routing now direct to Arkia, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. So 8,000 feet checked, Arkia, slight shortcut, we're on path. Can I just comment, this looks absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice, to quote another famous pilot YouTuber. Very, very good. Aircraft handles great, and the graphics are just stupendous. Very nice. Bit of speed brake, let's help out. Old aircraft here. Now, in our aircraft, when it gets to 10,000 feet, it really respects the 240 below 10,000 and won't let you level off to bring the speed back. Instead, this is just diving continuously down. Post-cruise checks. Lights. Let me go off APU. Sorry, angular bank 25. Pressurization 2.5 set. Belts on. Recall. Check's complete. I'll just start up the flight recorder.
Perfect. Austrian 796 with left turn for
approaching target speed. Slowly stir the speed brake. Still on path. Mind to kill, thank you. 18 months, buddy. Does the FMC approach page on the real aircraft give you better prediction of landing weight? Why is Navigraph prediction small?
73 Bravo Echo, continue descend 6,000 feet.
Set altitude 6,000 feet to Alpaca 73 Bravo. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for us, Martin, thanks for your continued support, buddy. We just simply take off the fuel on board to the fuel on arrival and add that in there. I don't know where FMC Navigraph gets it from. I think it's just expected fuel burn, but I hope that answers your question. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for the support. Yeah, see the comments. Yeah, fully agree. FS310 up to flying twin turboprop for last year. Flew Cessna 206 a couple of weekends ago. It felt like a small toy compared to a normal everyday job. Absolutely. Sorlock, absolutely. Sorlock, nice to see you here. You've been watching my videos for years. Great to see you here, buddy. Cool. Approach checklist then. I know what I've... Look, guys, I forgot to set the heading and courses. An ILS frequency. Where were you? You guys were setting me up for a fail there, weren't you? 269, 269. Quick.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo after Archer direct baggage to descend 4,100 feet. Your clear tower is Zulu runway 27. Report when established.
Send altitude 4,100 feet after Archer route direct baggage cleared ILS Zulu 27. Call established. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Right, 4,100 checked. We'll let VNAV do its work. Decel points coming up and the ILS frequency 1095. Not in an Airbus anymore. There we are. Sofia on standby, 126. Fixed it. Idents there, India Sierra Foxtrot, standbys are set, courses are set as well. Perfect. MPS scales here. So with these MPS scales, you get the magenta diamonds, which is your deviation from your magenta line, and your VNAV path. The white diamond is the localized glide slope indications. Decelling very nicely indeed. Flight recorder's on. Perfect. Thanks for subscribing there. Pi Deleni, welcome. Clear and John, how do you update the 737 through iFly Manager? It's all automatic. Engine anti-ice on. Now in the Max, engine anti-ice cowl valve massively increases the M1 idle, and on the ground whilst taxiing, it actually adds quite a lot of thrust. Fido, you're going to fly the Asobo 737 Max? Yeah, I think we'll try it. I will tell you now, conclusively, it won't be as good as this one. It'll be okay for a default aircraft, but nothing against the devs. But the amount of time needed to make a high fidelity add-on like this is incredible. It'll be okay. It will be nowhere near as good as this. Speed checked, flaps 1. This is excellent. This add-on is really, really good. VNAV path doing its thing. Now we're using VS to finesse, get onto the glide slope, flap 5. And again, I've commented on this before, flap 5 is too draggy in the Max. Having said that, we do have short field performance Maxes, but this is too much drag for flap 5. It really slows down very slowly with flaps. So we're just waiting for correct sensing, which we almost have. Just tower frequency. 1181, just pre-tune that here. 1181. Correct sensing, arming approach. Localizer glide slope capture. We're heading 269 sets.
Welcome.
And the missed approach altitude 8,000
Therefore, Yankee November, Sofia approach
set.
identified your clear
Good.
for
Just finished tuning tower on standby.
Expect tower Zulu runway 27. Continue descent flight level 130.
Good. I can tell it's too much thrust because usually on an ILS with flap 5 you should have idle thrust and it will hold the speed nicely. We've got loads of thrust up here, so they need to adjust the drag for flap 5. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo fully established.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, Roger.
2500.
Continue approach, contact Sofia Tower 118.1 to the next landing circle. Bye.
At 118.1 Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Thank you and thanks to the ATC, sir. Bye bye. Tower. Sofia Tower, good day. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, ILS Zulu at 277 miles.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo, Sofia Tower, good evening. Surface wind 310 degrees, 3 knots, runway 27, clear to land.
Runway 27 cleared to land, Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Right, raw data, I said I'd do one, didn't I? Disconnecting all the throttle, disconnecting all the pilots, flight directors off. So pitch and power, control wheel steering, no, get out of here. So raw data, pitch and power. It should be in the real aircraft going down the ILS like this, idle thrust, but look, you can already see the speed. I need my engine indications here in view. Ah! Oh, they're there. City Max. Right, watch my rate of descent, that's way too fast. So let's get back on the glide slope. Already deviating from the localizer, so make a slight right turn. Wings level now. Alright, 5 miles now, so gear down, flap 15. Need to slip this to speed. Keep descending. There's the balloon from the flaps, that's pretty good. I can't do the rest of my checks. Localizer scanning. Star switches, recall.
Requesting turn to
I've got the loudest person talking ever. How do I arm the speed brake? Speed brake arm, green light. Keep descending. I'm trying to do too many things here. Flap 30. Oh, that rate of descent. Keep the attitude on 1 degree. Flap 25. Flap 30 localizer. That localizer is going to come back. So when it gets stabilised, on about 1 degree, and in the max about 50%. This way, 53, it was very stable. Oh, the runway's in sight. There we are. Right, not too bad. My localizer scanning's a bit over there. Now with the expanded scale on the localizer, it moves a lot more. So flaps 30 green light, 3 reds, correcting, just set 500 feet per minute. There we are, back on profile. Yeah, the pitch power is actually very good for the max here. So watch the rate of descent, not quite trim.
400.
3 reds, correcting.
300.
Profile, keep descending. Good.
Approaching minimums.
Checked.
200.
Actually feels a little bit higher than it should have been. Oh no, it's okay. Continue.
100.
Checked.
50. 40. 30.
Check.
20. 10.
Oh, a bit firm. Speed brakes up. Oh, the rudder is so sensitive. Oh my days. Minus 237 it says here. 100 knots. 80 knots. The rudder was ridiculous. 60 knots. Manual braking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sofia. I've plonked that down. Hey, it didn't bounce. Oh dear. There we are. Let's bring the speed back a little bit there. It said minus 237 on New Sky.
Caution on taxiway.
Yes, I know I'm vacating. The rudder though is so sensitive. Wow. Oh, go away, chat. Yeah, chat, horrible, horrible. Oh, the rudder. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo vacated Foxtrot.
Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Welcome to Sofia. Taxi to stand 12 via Juliet.
Stand 12 via Juliet. Alpaca 73 Bravo Echo. Thank you. Yes, that landing then. It was okay. I don't think it was fine where I was. Speed brake, wait. Stove, there we are. Yeah, it's okay, but the rudder, my goodness me, it's so super sensitive. And the way it moved was classic Microsoft Flight Sim, so jerky. I'm using that as a good excuse, I know, but it was a bit all over. Right, Juliet stand 12. It's a remote stand, look straight ahead. And this is the fly too high scenery we have here today. Right, parking 7. Stand 12 is too small according to this, but we're going to use it. No. Let's go Sofia. Right, straight in on stand 12. It's a remote stand. APU. Perfect, we're already here. Is that definitely stand 12? Yeah. APU starting. Oh, it's working, perfect.
November 55.
I'm a bit concerned with all the stuff everywhere. I'm going to have to taxi through the stairs to get onto the stand. But this is stand 12. Idle. Shut down engine number 2. Clunk.
Instructor, good evening, Beeline 714,
There we
Airbus 320, gate 12, requesting clearance to Bratislava with information,
Saying
Bravo
going
on board.
left. Oh crikey. Yeah, the rudder is very... By the way, I'm just going to taxi through some stairs. Yeah, there we go. I thought so.
714, Sofia Tower, good evening, information, Bravo, correct? Clear to destination via the
Oh, that'll do. Perfect. Butter parking. Right, parking brakes set. Come on, APU. I did hear it spooling up. I'll do the rest of my taxi and flow whilst I wait. That's done. That's done. Don't forget to turn the engine anti-ice off. APU on the bus. 2 blues, 1 red. It's dead. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Sofia. Directors off.
Flight level 240,
Perfect.
4707.
Perfect. That's turned down. Belts off. Anti-coal off. N2 below 20%. Complete flight. Yes, there we are. Here we are. Perfectly parked. Almost. Turn off and taxi. It was a bit of a boom down, but we're down. It will be an interesting replay to watch. No, it won't be. There we are. Let's just start unloading the passengers anyway, and then we can do the replay. I'll answer any questions you have as well.
The boarding requested.
Perfect. I'll put some nice music on in the background as well. There we are. Brendan will be interesting to replay to watch. Yes, let's see. Well, next strength level, Lando Norris. Go away. Fly Dylan, no 3-minute cooldown before shutdown. It was 3 minutes, taxi, no problem. Anthony, you're saying something that Hammy Store talking about. Javi just bought the iFly 737 Max RAS, doesn't seem to work for me. Any ideas or any failures on it? I think you might just have to check it's turned on in the tablet. Otherwise, it seems to be all working for me, no problem. Although the caution taxiway was a bit premature. Flying Walnut, bits of aircraft. Was it that bad? What was it saying on the calculator? Because one that flashes up on screen isn't very accurate. It's just based off the IVSI because it came up as -250. It was firm, but Boeing would have been proud. Joshy, I find the rudder on this thing very sensitive. Yeah, they need to tweak the rudder sensitivity. Oh, it's an Alpaca Airways bus coming. Yeah, it's way too sensitive. What? GSX loading the invisible. And the tugs crashed into the buses and everything. At least the doors are opening realistically. There we are. Oh yeah, there's the big Lufthansa technique as well. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Let's have a look at what New Sky had to say. Excuse me, you lot. 10 out of 10. I lost money though because I only had 40 passengers to board. sorry, Alpaca Airways coffers. There you go. Look. Mine, it was 237 feet per minute. Normal. Threshold in the touchdown zone. Centerline deviation was good. There you go. It's all fine. Yeah, flying. It needs a bit of tweaking. The rudder was could barely control it on the rollout. The PMDG is better in that regard than rudder control, but Microsoft Flight Simulator flight controls on takeoff and landing, as you well know, I've commented on it many times in the past. I'm hoping they fixed it in 2024 because it is not ideal. And again, I'm not comparing to the other simulator. The other simulator got that nailed. It's just a bit fiddly and a bit sensitive there. But there we are. There's all the Croatians visiting the winter market in Sofia, let's say. New Sky must have bumped its head on the landing. No, Shriok 10, not at all. Thank you, Swimming Clyde, for your backup. Report to Chief Financial Officer. Brilliant. 10 for a change. It's always 10. It's always 10. Oh, 40 of them. Yeah, I told GSX there was 178. Scenery looks very nice, doesn't it? We've got Brussels, EasyJet, Lufthansa, Ryanair here. It's a jumbo in the hangar. Oh, it's the Sofia one. Is that just because it says Sofia on it and it's in Sofia? I wonder if they... clever. It was actually standing for something. Who else is here? Ryanair, KLM. Oh, what airline's that? Don't know. Air Bulgaria, I think. Lufthansa. Everyone's favourite. Flown into this airport several times in real life as well. It's a nice airport to fly into. Perfect. The simulator which shall be named. Well, we'll jump back into the iFly Max when they've updated it, because this is a massive update they're doing, isn't it? V1. 1.0 is basically, I think it's like a release version of some sorts. But look, it's fine. It's a great max representation. The systems modelling is excellent. And you know, the same techniques to fly I use in real life can be easily applied to this. Looking forward to check out the update as well. Awesome. Alright, we'll log off of, if any of you don't have any more questions, we'll log off of VATSIM, and then we shall check out the replay from outside and see what it is. Yeah, 1.0 is usually the release version, absolutely. And this, yeah, the update list is huge. So when it gets released, we'll do another 2-sector day. So this is only my 4th stream in the iFly 737 MAX. We did an inaugural stream, then we did a 2-sector test flight, and then we did one in the Hurricane Milton, was it, in Florida. But then when it gets to V1, we'll do a full 2-sector test flight, realistic conditions, like I always do. Basically, we'll throw in a non-precision approach in there as well,
bus is coming.
and go from there. Oh my God! Look at that bus! GSX, what are you doing, man? It's hilarious. The bus is reversing. Oh dear. That was the wrong sound effect. Anyway, I'll log off of GSX, log off of VATSIM. Great ATC today, as usual. All the VATSIM events are always busy, and it was a nice amount of traffic. Sometimes, oh, bye GSX. Sometimes it can be very, very busy. But yeah, this is a 9.5 out of 10 add-on for me. It's very, very nice indeed. Right, we'll close all the doors. There they go. Previous page as well, I think, for the left entry door. Do I have to start the engines for the replay in this? And there's no panel states, I don't think. But what we'll do is I think we'll just fire off the replay and see what happens. Hopefully no problems of any sorts, and see how bad that landing was from outside. I don't think it was that bad. Was it? Let's have a look.
On taxiway.
This is always interesting when you... The flaps are up. Spam the flap extension button. There they come. Yeah, unfortunately I've got to do all the engines for you. Yes. I'll quickly get the flaps extended. Right, what else could I turn off? Turn off that, turn off that. Pro streamer here. Turn off that, turn off new sky. Oh, there we are. Turn off fly light, perfect. Let's have a look at this landing then, see how bad it really was. I don't think it was that bad, it was firm. All the APU started, look. Alex, thank you for 31 months a member. Have you done, or would you do a short vid about rejected takeoff? I've done a rejected takeoff tutorial. Very old. If you type in Flight Deck Sim RTO in YouTube, or rejected takeoff, you'll find that tutorial. Nothing will have changed procedurally. I can do it again if you really like me to. Thanks, buddy. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, it was alright. Like, it's 220s that it's showing on the sky. Look at them rudder though. It's just, it's like off-on. Conditions are definitely worsening. I think it'll be foggy here in an hour or two. Yeah, you know what? I think. I mean, there was some induced oscillations, really, but it's because it was so sensitive. I went put the natural amount of rudder in, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my god. Oh, thanks, Dolan OCD. Perfect. Right. Anyway, I hope the new sim has better replay tools. Right, let's pop you in there. Oh, look at that wing flex. Look on the ground. Look at the wing, and then fly up there, holding the weight of the aircraft up. Very realistic. That's fantastic.
Couldn't find valid airport data at this position.
I know
Services
GSX.
are not available.
Turned you off. Right, anyway, that's it. Lee Russell R, thank you. It's very kind of you to send a love heart. Love you too. Thank you very much for your support as a member. 38 bubs, appreciate it, buddy. Right, that's it, guys, for today. Just a short little one sector stream to cover the iFly Max. Still a great add-on. I thoroughly recommend it if you want a realistic Max. I'm sure they're going to bring compatibility to 2024. Thanks to everyone that donated. Thank you to all the members for your continued support. I'll be live, hopefully, well, pretty sure again on Friday. Members, don't forget Saturday night for the next group flight, and be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest content. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you all soon. Cheerio.